When it comes to horror, I'm not the bravest person in VR, but it's the Halloween season, so I'm sucking it up and I'm taking one for the team to bring you guys some free great horror games to play on your Oculus Quest 1 and Oculus Quest 2 headset. I'm splitting these into two sections, the flashlight games and the shooting games, with a bonus at the end of course. This is VRBox VR, let's get into it. So first things first, this is the flashlight game section, and to start things off, this one is called Aranea VR, and I think the title has to do with spiders, because there's definitely some spiders. But before we get to the spiders, look at this. When we start off, we can play some Flappy Bird on a little TV set with an arcade controller, so that's pretty cool. So this game's made by a developer called Profit, and they've made some huge advancements since this game first came out a few months ago, and I'll be honest, this house has gotten really spooky. You have the flashlight, you have the gun, and you're basically just wandering around, and there's spiders to shoot, and I'll be honest, this house kinda gives me this Resident Evil 7 vibes, so you'll have to explore the upstairs by yourself, but this one is really awesome. I have huge faith in the developer to turn this into an even bigger, amazing project, so give them some support and check out this free game. And then next, this one is actually an App Lab game. So most of these titles that we're going to be talking about today require SideQuest, but this is the one that you can just go in the browser and get, so check that out if you don't have the ability to go on SideQuest. This one is based on, Cat in the Hat is the villain, and I actually covered this way back in a Versus thing I did, and they have done some huge updates. I gotta be honest, I did not like the old version, but I've got to give my praise to the developer for this one because they've turned it around, and what this is now is actually a lot of fun. You wander around, and it's still this sort of wander around in the dark with flashlight kind of deal, looking for items, but it works so much better. The cat has great animation, he looks freaky, so I'm giving this the thumbs up. Definitely check this one out for Halloween. And you know what, since I did the Versus last time against, Squeaks DeCorge, he had a Beaver Bay game I did last time, but now we've got PolarDread, and I've played PolarDread before on this channel in an earlier form when it was called Sub-Zero. Now it is PolarDread, and we have a brand new update that added a new level in, so let's check it out. But first things first, I do want to give a shout out because this guy who makes this game is also the person who made my opening for my logo, so huge thank you to them and give shout out. So definitely check out their work. You might actually recognize one of the sound effects from my intro in the game itself, so definitely awesome on that regard. But we have the 3 nights, and the 2 first nights are still this, change the camera kind of deal, the same as we showed in the last time when we showed it in Sub-Zero. But now we can go on this 3rd level, which really mixes things up, and that's the main thing I want to show off. But just to quickly go over the 2nd and 1st level, we have the switches to close the doors, we can change the camera, and we can throw objects at the enemies, but that's that. I do want to talk about this 3rd level though, because we are sneaking around this basement, flipping switches to get the power back on, and this guy is really creepy. He walks around, and if we break any of the glass that's on the floor, there's glass bottles on the floor, or if we, try to pick them up and accidentally don't grab them in time and smash them, he's gonna scream, he's gonna come for us, so we gotta be careful in that regard. We gotta look at our watch and match the colors on what switches to hit and wander around. I wandered around, I hit a few of the switches, and I backed myself into a corner where, I broke some glass and I got taken down. But I'm loving these updates. This guy has done some fantastic work. Definitely created a follow going forward. But if you like Five Nights at Freddy's, or you like just horror games in general, this is one you absolutely need to check out. And definitely don't miss out on that 3rd level. Okay, you guys have had enough of the flashlight games. Let's get some shooting on. These ones aren't super scary so much as they are more trigger happy. But the first one I want to talk about is called Zombie Invasion Quest from Alexandre, and basically this is one that it definitely needs work. but it's still fun to play right now. You can pick up a katana, but there's also an M16 you can play with, and it does let you dual wield, even if it's not the most intuitive way to dual wield. You kind of have to position it the right way, but it will let you use the second gun to sort of balance things, so that works too. So you can two-hand the gun or just one-hand the sword, but it is just a fun game to play. There's the one level you're just shooting and killing these zombie guys, so it's basic, but it's fun. I do suggest, if the developer is updating this, to maybe update the audio, because that's the biggest flaw. But you know what, if you're playing it right now, throw on some exterior headphones and listen to some music and just wander around shooting these guys. It's an awesome time, so definitely one to check out. And the next one is called Project Death Wish. It is a very, very similar ordeal, except for now we have pistols and M16s instead of just the sword and M16, and it's kind of dark. This one kind of glitched around on my Oculus Quest when I was doing my recording settings, so it's clearly one that's pushing the hardware as much as it can. The environments look beautiful. The zombies aren't the most artistically looking, but they still look perfectly fine, and it's a work in progress. It's supposed to be this PC crossplay game, and it is by a developer called JRissa. I forgot to mention that part, but they're doing some great work. This title is one to watch. It's a little bit janky right now, but if you're looking for a free horror game to play to shoot some zombies, you'd be foolish to miss this one. And then next, well, this is actually an Oculus Go game, but it works on your Oculus Quest too, so it counts. And I'll be perfectly honest, I don't think anyone watching this video is still rocking the old Oculus Quest Go, unless it's for a side headset for laugh. But Oculus Go games do work on the Oculus Quest 2 in some cases, and this is one of those examples. So because it's an Oculus Go game, it means it is tied to your right hand, so it's one-handed movement, and you can go in and there's this menu to switch between the gun and the torch. But we're basically walking through this forest and we're blasting the werewolves. I did get to a point where I'm supposed to light this pumpkin and it didn't seem to do anything, but I don't know if I was just doing the wrong thing, so might have been on me, it might have been an issue with the compatibility thing. But either way, this game it's actually from Celeritas Games, is worth checking out. Again, Oculus Go, so keep that in mind, but definitely a cool game to check out for Halloween. And with that, we are on to the end of this, and I threw in a little bonus here from a developer called Sir Fancy, who apparently makes a VR game every week. I don't know if that's still true. I don't know if they're still maintaining that, making a VR game every week, but they have at least 12 on SideQuest to check out. And this one, we're on a roller coaster, boxing with the dude from Scream, ghost-faced killer. So there's that, and it works perfectly fine. It's kind of fun. Be careful you don't break anything, but it's well worth checking out for Halloween. So that's my list of some free games you can check out on your Oculus Quest headset. Yes, most of them require SideQuest, so get hooked up on SideQuest to get these free games on, but if not, definitely check out that game Cat. And I have heard that PolarDread is on its way to App Lab, so stay tuned for that. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and have a wonderful Halloween. I'm out of here.